Plus 2 times as fast as you can.
Got enough in there or not? Okay.
Just level it out and then let's tap it out. There should be enough mixture in that too. Just do the catcher spots.
Lift up the line, Katie.
No, leave the line there.
Oh, I think it does. Slide.
There you go. Pull it back like there you go.
And use the big one to go over it.
Hey, you're pulling it out.
.com and on the air at KNYN 99.1 FM, The Big Dog. Evanston Outlaw Baseball is brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, Bear River Dental, The Best Western, Dunbar Inn and Legal Tender Restaurant, Elling Ford Brothers, Evanston Regional Hospital, Freeway Tire, Hoover Chiropractic, Dr. McKay Frankham, Mountain West Business Solutions, Plains Tire, Rocky Mountain Sign, T-Bar Body Shop, Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, the Come On In Casper, Uintah County School District Number 1, West Star Printing, and by Rocky Mountain Yeti. Now, Outlaw fans, let's head to the diamond for today's game.
And welcome everybody, welcome back to day 2 of the Woodbat Classic here in Pocatello, Idaho, as the Evanston Outlaws get ready to play their 3rd game of the seeding round here this afternoon, as they will take on the team from Shelley, otherwise known as the Russets. Glad to have you with us, as Evanston losing twice yesterday, so did Shelley. So this one will be kind of an interesting contest to see who's going to win their first game before moving into the elimination rounds, which start tomorrow. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, have the starting lineups and the first pitch coming up here on K9 and on mylocalradio.com.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Gee, Tommy, you look amazing. Did you try something different with your enamel?
No way. I wouldn't do anything to alter these pearly whites, but I did see Dr. McKay Frankham, who told me if I didn't floss, I could miss up 35% of food particles.
Really? He told you that?
Yep, and you know what? He's 100% right. I started flossing, and now I look better than ever.
Wow, I want to see Dr. McKay Frankham.
Well, give him a call, 307-789-8910. Easy to remember, right?
That's super easy. Dr. McKay Frankham at 307-789-8910. I'll call today.
And welcome back as we work our way down toward first pitch of this Outlaw game coming up here this afternoon. Running a little bit late because the first two games also ran a little bit long, so we'll get you caught up on those scores as we go along throughout the day. Evanston yesterday losing 6-4 to Thunder Ridge and then losing last night 6-1 to Pocatello. As far as Shelley is concerned, they lost the Thunder Ridge early yesterday morning 9-0 and then came right back and lost 10-4 to the Razorbacks. So both teams 0-2 as they head into this final game of the seeding here in the opening round. Lineups for today's game: Evanston will be the home team here in this game this afternoon. As for the Outlaws, it'll be Hank Allred to lead off. He will play catcher this afternoon. Quentin Elmore will be the starting pitcher, and he will hit second. Gus Allred is the first baseman, and he'll hit in the third spot. Jagger Mitchell is the shortstop, and he'll hit fourth. Bodie Wicks, the third baseman, hits fifth. Caleb Gooding will be over in right field, and he'll hit in the sixth spot. Clayton Moyles is in center field. He'll bat seventh. Jaden Schneider, who had great plays last night at shortstop, gets a start this afternoon here at second base. He'll hit in the eighth spot. And Ryan Baldwin will bat ninth, and he will be in left field. For the Shelley, it'll be Jarrett Leal. He'll lead off and play shortstop this afternoon. Strider Perry is the left fielder. He'll hit second. Jackson Byington is the third baseman. He'll hit third. Riley Bowman starts on the mound this afternoon for Shelley. He'll also hit in the fourth spot. Alex Vasquez is the center fielder, and he will hit fifth. Austin Bateman does the catching, hitting sixth. Nate Ball is the right fielder, and he will bat seventh. Peyton Maynard, the first baseman, hits eighth. And Logan Smith will bat ninth, and he is at second base. So an interesting pitching matchup as Quentin Elmore goes to the mound against Riley Bowman here in this game. As last time I checked, we were waiting for the home plate umpire to come join us out here on the field. I see one umpire, but do not see the other, so we're still waiting for the other umpire to join us. So we'll take another timeout. We'll come back, and as we continue to work our way down to the first pitch here this afternoon, it's Shelley against Evanston, and you're listening to and watching a presentation of Outlaws Baseball presented by First Bank of Wyoming on K9 Radio and on mylocalradio.com.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
Do you really think you can get a better deal on a vehicle in the city? Poppycock! Rocky Mountain Yeti is hungry for your business and will beat any bona fide deal on any vehicle, or they'll give it to you as a gift. Now that's legendary. Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary warranty, where legendary customer service is not a myth.
Well, let's get you caught up on some scores of games that have already been played today as we look at the scoreboard, brought to you by Impact Physical Therapy, and games that have already taken place here today. 2 games here on Hawthorne Field where we are here this afternoon. Good game early as Wood River came from behind to beat Box Elder 11-10. Then the same pool that Evanston is in, that is Pool A, the 2 undefeated teams met with the Razorbacks, who beat Evanston last night 6-1, came back with a couple of runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to take the lead, and then held the lead through the 7th inning, and they beat Thunder Ridge by a final score of 6-5 in that game earlier that was just completed. So games still to come over here at Hawthorne Field after we're done here this afternoon. It'll be Skyline against Wood River, and then LaGrange taking on Blackfoot. On the other field that we were on last night, that's Hollowell Field, the old minor league baseball park here, the main field here in Pocatello. One game played earlier today. Butte beats the Pocatello Rebels by a score of 9-4. As another game just getting underway, they're in the top of the 1st inning as the Ridgeline Miners scored 4 runs in the top of the 1st inning, and they have a 4-0 lead early against Marsh Valley. Games over there still to come today. Butte will take on LaGrange. It'll be Riverton against the Pocatello Tigers. Box Elder will take on Malad in the final game of the day coming up at 8:30 tonight. That'll be the Pocatello Tigers taking on Ridgeline. So still a lot of baseball to be played, as the assignments as to which teams will play in the gold bracket and which teams will be made in the silver bracket will be made later on. Hopefully we'll have a decision on what time Evanston will be playing tomorrow. They're guaranteed at least, I understand it's at least 1 game, but then I also heard it's a double elimination coming up tomorrow, so they could have 2 games tomorrow as well to see who continues on playing. Either way, we'll try to get you that information the best we can. Keep an eye on the My Local Radio Sports Facebook page. We'll try to post the information there as to who and what times Evanston will be playing coming up here tomorrow afternoon. As we're still waiting. It looks like I see one umpire, but I do not see the other. So I guess we are still waiting in a wait mode here, as game's already about 30 minutes late starting. Of course, it was late anyway because the game before us was still going on. But that's exactly just good confirmation that indeed we were waiting for the other umpire to show up here for the game here today. So we'll take another timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more with you. Get you ready for this afternoon's game as we continue right after this.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
We apologize. We're having some internet issues here so far here today, but we're back online with you. And the good news, well, we're still waiting for the umpire, so you haven't missed anything yet as we continue to count down toward the first pitch of our game here with Shelley coming up. Not exactly sure what's going on with the umpire. Our home plate umpire is standing over here in the shade talking to some folks and just enjoying an afternoon here so far as we continue to wait for our second umpire to show up, and no one's actually sure where he is at or why he is not with us here as of yet, but we'll continue to work through some time here, and hopefully he'll be here before too long so we can get going. It's fairly common. This happens every so often that umpires are delayed. Sometimes they don't get their assignment and they don't show up at all. But with a tournament like this, usually they have a group of umpires who are here working and hanging around. So I'm really surprised that we don't have a second umpire here as of yet to join us here for the ball game here this afternoon. So while we're waiting, let's run through the schedule in Major League Baseball today. As we've already told you about games to be played and have been played here so far in day 2 of the Woodbat Classic. One game underway already back east as Baltimore is in Cleveland as they're in the after 7 innings at Progressive Field, and the Indians have a 7-3 lead over the Baltimore Orioles. Other games still to come here today in the big leagues. It'll be a day game up in San Francisco. The Diamondbacks and the Giants get started here in just a little bit. The Yankees are in Toronto. That's that game being played in Buffalo, New York again tonight. Also, the Mets will be hosting the Chicago Cubs in New York. Atlanta will play host to the St. Louis Cardinals this evening. As the White Sox are on the road, they're down in Texas as they will take on the Houston Astros. The Milwaukee Brewers on the road. They're in Colorado, in Denver, to take on the Rockies this evening. And the San Diego Padres are back home. They'll play host to the Cincinnati Reds this evening. And the Detroit Tigers are in Southern California at Anaheim Stadium as they'll take on the Angels tonight. And Tampa Bay once again in action as they are up in Seattle this afternoon. So kind of a limited schedule in the big leagues with travel days going on as we'll throw in another break here for us. We'll come back and see if we can get a status report on our other umpire and see where he might be. We'll do all that as we continue right after this.
That's all right. Just don't move me.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
And welcome back to this afternoon's presentation of Outlaw Baseball brought to you by First Bank of Wyoming here on K9 Radio and on mylocalradio.com. As, again, still waiting for the other umpire to show up, as we're going to still be delayed here. Not just kind of made a gesture toward the other umpire, and he shrugged his shoulders. He doesn't know where his partner's at either. So the interesting part is the umpire who's here just worked the previous game, and usually they work in pairs. As the same guy, the guy who's missing, you would thought would have also worked the previous game that just finished between Thunder Ridge and the Pocatello Razorbacks, but apparently that's not the case, as he is not here, or at least didn't know he was supposed to work and left. And no second umpires. We continue to wait here from the ballpark. And looking, here comes a cart, and that is not an umpire, so that we'll continue to wait. That's not an umpire coming here. So we'll as we can continue to wait. No, he's bringing refreshments for the umpire who is here. Okay, so that's the way that's going to work. So we continue to wait, and tell you what, let's take in another commercial, and I'll make contact with the studio here real quick. Figure out what we want to do for the next little bit, as I don't know how long we're going to be delayed. So we'll have a couple of spots here for you, and we will come right back here in just a couple of minutes and, again, try to get you a status update of where we are. This is Outlaw Baseball, presentation of First Bank of Wyoming on K9 Radio and on mylocalradio.com.
There it comes.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bay River Dental in Evanston.
The best cement comes from Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. They've been mixing cement for every type of job for generations. Major construction, road and bridge, cement blocks, foundations, sidewalks, curb and gutter, cement steps, septic tanks and water troughs. No job is too large or too small. Make sure you get the best quality cement available at the best prices. Always get your cement from Ellingford Brothers. Call today. Ellingford Brothers, we know cement. 307-789-1515.
Well, what we're going to do is, again, we're delayed, not sure how long it's going to be. For those listening on K9 Radio, we're going to send you back to the studio and play some more music, but we'll be back just before first pitch, so you won't miss any action. For those who are watching on mylocalradio.com, we'll keep the video up, and so, again, we'll know exactly when the game starts as well. So for now, let's send you back to the studio. We'll kind of work it as almost like a little rain delay situation. We'll call it an umpire delay. So we'll send you back to the studio. We'll have music for you, and hopefully we'll have first pitch for the game for you coming up in just a few minutes. So until then, we'll send you back to the studio. Have a great afternoon. We'll be back in just a few minutes here on K9 and on mylocalradio.com. All right, welcome back as our other umpire has shown up. And we are ready to go here as the Evanston Outlaws get ready to take on the boys from Shelley here this afternoon. Third and final game of the seeding round for each team. Both teams come in winless, 0-2, after they lose both of their games yesterday. Bright, sunshiny day, 84 degrees, and our official start time here today is 1:50, so we are about 50 minutes late getting started, and the first pitch here is down low, ball one. Jarrett Leal will lead off here for Shelley. He will play shortstop. The starting pitcher today for Evanston is Quentin Elmore. And the next pitch is hitting the air toward right field, slicing, or the right fielder Gooding coming over and makes the catch for the out. So 1 out. And that'll bring up Strider Perry. He is the left fielder. For Shelley, they had a couple of tough games yesterday. They came right out of the gate against the two best teams in the pool. Got shut out by Thunder Ridge 9-0. That's who Preston lost to their first game yesterday. And then they turned around and ended up in a slugfest in the very next game yesterday morning and lost to the Razorbacks 10-4. As that pitch is sliced foul out along the left field side. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So just the top of the first inning after the two games early this morning ran late, so we're going to be about 20 minutes late anyway as that ball's fouled down off of Perry's foot. It's a foul ball. It's 1-2. As the first two games both went the distance, the full 7 innings. And took a while to get all the way through there, but they finished within the 2-hour time limit, but it certainly kind of pushed us behind as the next pitch is swung out and missed. Nice off-speed breaking ball from Elmore as he picks up a strikeout, and that's the second out here in the top of the first inning. So with 2 outs, here is Jackson Boyington. He is the third baseman as he'll step in and hit from the right side. So 2 outs here, and the left-hander Elmore rocks and comes home, and the pitch misses down low, ball 1 ball and no strikes. We set the Outlaws with the leather here in the first inning as Gus Allred playing over at first base. Schneider's at second base, pitch outside, 2-0. Jagger Mitchell is the shortstop, and Bodie Wicks is playing over at third. The outfield from left to right is Baldwin, Miles, and Gooding. The 2-0 pitch. Hit in the air to center, playable. That's right where Miles hangs out and makes the catch. And after a sizable delay, the Outlaws put the side out in order, 1-2-3, here in the top of the first inning here this afternoon. So we're done with a half inning. You're listening to the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaw Baseball on K9 and on mylocalradio.com. We'll go to the bottom of the first, no score.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Bottom of the first inning, we're scoreless as the Evanston Outlaws will come up for the first time. I know it's been a while with the delay and everything, waiting for the home plate umpires. Let's go ahead and give you the Evanston lineup again, just so everyone's caught up and on the same page here as we go to work in the bottom of the first inning. As Hank Allred will lead off. He is the catcher today. Quentin Elmore is doing the pitching and will hit second. Gus Allred hits third at first base. Jagger Mitchell is the shortstop. He hits fourth. Bodie Wicks, the third baseman, hits in the 5 spot. Caleb Gooding is in right field. He'll hit 6. Clayton Moyles is the center fielder batting 8th. Jaden Schneider, the second baseman, bats 8th. And Ryan Baldwin bats 9th over in left field. So here we go, bottom of the first inning. Hank Allred will step in here against Randy Bowman. As the first pitch hit on the ground, hit just inside third and fair. It'll roll out into foul territory out along the left field line as Hank turns and is going to go for second, and he's in there with a dive. So the first pitch in the bottom of the first inning, and Allred pulls it inside third and has himself a double. That's a nice way to start out the bottom of the first inning in a very important game here for the Outlaws as they look for their first win in the final game of the seeding rounds. So the leadoff man aboard, and here is Quentin Elmore. Elmore, who had one hit yesterday in the 2 games. He was 1 for 5 and swings and misses here, and it's 0-1. Evanston wearing their white pants and white jerseys, the sleeveless jerseys with the blue undershirts. As the next pitch to Elmore is rolled foul back to home plate. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. So Allred at second base, 0-2 on Elmore, and the fastball is thrown right past him, and he strikes out. So Elmore down on strikes. That's the first out. And that brings up Gus Allred, the first baseman. Gus Allred had 1 hit yesterday. He was 1 for 6, but the 1 hit that he had, he certainly made count. In the 6th inning of the first game yesterday, as he hits the first pitch on the ground down to first, they'll hold the runner. Not sure why Hank was not running, but he held the runner, and Gus is out 3 unassisted. Ground ball to the right side. That should have been automatic. You're headed toward third base, but he stayed there, and he's still there with 2 outs. And now here is Jagger Mitchell. Just to finish the thought on Gus Allred, the 1 hit that he had, making it count. He came up with a couple of men on base in the 6th inning of the first game yesterday and tripled into the left field gap and drove home a couple of runs, his only hit of the day. So here's Mitchell as Jagger pulls one down the line, down toward the corner. It is a fair ball. That rolls all the way to the corner. Allred will score, and it's an RBI double for Jagger Mitchell as he continues to swing the hot bat here in Pocatello. So he drives in another run. And for Mitchell, he is now 4 for 4 overall with 3 RBIs. Of course, he was hit twice last night and had a scoring fly ball. But if you had 3 hits in 3 official at-bats yesterday, so he's now 4 for 4 on the trip here to Pocatello. And all of a sudden we have one of the Evanston coaches out to talk to the home plate umpire, and they're comparing lineup cards. Not sure what that's all about at the moment. But Bodie Wicks is the next scheduled hitter with 2 outs and a man at second base. And Evanston with 1 run in here in the first inning. So the meeting at home plate breaks up. And looks like we're ready as we're waiting for the catcher to come back in behind home plate. As Bateman making his way back behind the dish here. And now Bodie Wicks will come to the plate. Wicks 2 for 6 yesterday. Had an RBI, but also hit in a little bit of tough luck at times. The first pitch here is down low, ball 1 ball and no strikes. Of his 6 at-bats yesterday for Bodie, he grounded into 2 different double plays. And we say grounded with air quotes around them as the 1-0 pitch misses outside. And again, it's 2-0. One of them he did hit on the ground, yes, with a hard ground ball that they turned 2 on. The other one, he came up and hit an absolute blur at the third baseman as he hits the ball foul off the first base side, and it's 2-1. So he hit a line drive at the third baseman that he was able to throw across and double off the runner at first base. So yeah, it was a double play, but he hit a ball absolutely on the screws. He just hit it in bad luck. As the next pitch again hit foul over the top of the screen, as it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Mitchell back to second base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, and Evanston has a run across. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Look out, that's up and in, and runs the count full, 3-2. Center fielder's several steps over into left center field. That leaves a big gap in right center field for Bodie as he hits a ground ball toward the shortstop. Charging is Leal, has to play it across in a hurry, and it gets away. That's going to allow Mitchell to come home and score, and going to second base is Wicks as he's there on a single and an error. Wicks was going to beat the play anyway, so give him an infield hit, and the error on the bad throw will allow Wicks to go to second base and allow the run to come in to make it 2-0. So 3rd hit of the inning for Evanston, and now here is Caleb Gooding. Gooding appeared in the night game yesterday, was the starting pitcher for the Outlaws. A pitch in the dirt gets away from the catcher, and down to third base goes Wicks. Pitch bounced up to home plate, so we'll call it a wild pitch. And it's 2 balls and no strikes now on Gooding. So Wicks at third base. That will allow Bowman to go back out of the windup. And the 2-0 offering. Misses outside again, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. For Gooding, when he was in the game yesterday, as the next pitch, fastball for a strike, it's 3-1. Here comes the 3-1 offering. As it's hit the left, coming up in a hurry is the left fielder, but he can't get there. He has to play it on a bounce. So Perry couldn't get to it. It's a single and a run batted in for Caleb Gooding, and it's 3-0 here in the first inning. So Gooding just hits it over the top of the infield. It falls in front of the left fielder. And 2 outs and a man at first base, and now here's Clayton Moyles, the center fielder. So here we go. Moyles up at the plate. Looks down to the third base coach. Gooding with a lead away from first base, being held there. Bowman comes out of the stretch, and the first pitch hit on the ground back toward the shortstop again. Leal will go the short way, get the force out, and the inning is over. But not before Evanston scores 3 times in the inning on 3 hits. There was an error, and they leave one as well. As we are done with an inning here in Pocatello, it's Evanston on top, 3-0, and you're listening to a presentation of Outlaw Baseball brought to you by First Bank of Wyoming on K9 Radio and on mylocalradio.com.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
The best cement comes from Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. They've been mixing cement for every type of job for generations. Major construction, road and bridge, cement blocks, foundations, sidewalks, curb and gutter, cement steps, septic tanks and water troughs. No job is too large or too small. Make sure you get the best quality cement available at the best prices. Always get your cement from Ellingford Brothers. Call today. Ellingford Brothers, we know cement. 307-789-1515.
Well, the Outlaws scored 3 times in the bottom of the first. We'll go to the second, 3-0 Evanston. And for Quentin Elmore, who set the side down in order here in the top of the first, he'll face the middle of the order here in the second inning. Riley Bowman, Alex Vasquez, and then Austin Bateman due up here for Shelley. Shelley, the little town of Shelley, about halfway between Pocatello and Idaho Falls. As the pitch is down low, ball 1 to lead off here to Bowman. The high school in Shelley, they're nicknamed the Russets. And for the Idaho potatoes that are grown up in that area. As the next pitch down low again, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. This team from Shelley, made up of players from Shelley High School and Bonneville High, as that ball sliced along the right field line, and it's going to fall just fair as Gooding couldn't get to it, and Bowman hustles into second base as the ball bounced behind Gooding after he came up just short of the ball. So it's a flare double for Bowman. Leadoff man aboard here in the top of the second inning. And now here is Alex Vasquez. Vasquez, the center fielder, climbs in from the right side. Bowman with a walking lead away from second base as a couple of different Outlaw players trying to bird dog him there, keep him close to the bag, and the first pitch to Vasquez is hit foul, and it's 0-1. Kind of interesting that the third base coach for Shelley will yell out a number, and it's a numbered play. And some of the players have those wristbands that they can put cards in, like you see the NFL quarterbacks wear. Vasquez has something that he carries in his pocket that has all that information on it, as the next pitch misses high. As Elmore ready again, the left-hander sets at the belt. Here's the next pitch home. That's high again. 2 balls and a strike on Vasquez. Next pitch is again hit foul over the screen, back out to the outer areas here, back to actually toward the football field here. As Hawthorne Park is right part of the complex here at Hawthorne Hawthorne School. Used to be a high school, as the pitch is swung on and missed. So Vasquez goes down on strikes for the first out. Second strikeout for Bowman. Check that, I should say for Elmore. And with one out and one on, here is the catcher, Austin Bateman. First pitch to Bateman is up high, ball one ball and no strikes. Temperature has gone up a bit as the sun has moved around. We're kind of not in the shade like we were earlier. And what we thought was about 84 degrees at game time as the pitch misses outside. It's ball 2-0. It's starting to climb up just a little bit now. As a little bit of the cloud cover we had has moved off or burnt off, one or the other. Here comes the 2-0 pitch to Bateman. That's over for a strike. It's 2-1. It's still a very pleasant day here in Pocatello, however. And just a great day to play some ball. 2-1 on Bateman. Runner at second is Bowman, and the next pitch misses high and away. So it's see if the umpire gives us a count here so we can confirm the count. I think it's 3-1. We don't have anybody running the scoreboard for our game here, so there's no count up on the scoreboard. The pitch again outside, and indeed it was 3-1 as Bateman heads down toward first base as he draws the walk, and that's the first walk given up by Elmore here this afternoon. So 2 on and 1 out. And here now is Nate Ball, the right fielder. He'll hit from the left side as Gus Allred moves up in front of the runner at first base, and the pitch in the dirt goes to the backstop, coming up firing toward third base but not in time. And both runners move up 90 feet as the pitch in the dirt and got away from the catcher Allred. So now with a 1-out hit, Shelley can get right back into the ball game and potentially score a couple of runs. That ball does exactly that as it's hit into left field. As Baldwin came up, couldn't make the catch, knocked it down. So just one player comes in to score as Bowman comes in to make it 3-1 on the RBI single by Ball. Bateman moved up to third base. So runners at the corners and still 1 out. That's the second hit of the inning against Elmore. And the left-hander ready to go back to work as Peyton Maynard, the first baseman, will be up. The number 8 hitter in the lineup here for Shelley. And he hits a ball in the air towards center field. As Bateman goes back to tag, there's the catch. The throw back in is cut off, and the relay to the plate is errant, gets away, and that's going to allow the runner at first base, Ball, who was standing at first base, moves all the way to second after the bad relay throw in, so an error charged again against the Outlaws, as the throwing error will go against Gus Allred. So the first error of the day today against the Outlaws, as Maynard picks up the RBI with a scoring fly ball. It's now 2 outs in the inning, and the tying run at Ball stands at second base. So here's Logan Smith. Smith, the second baseman, hits in the 9 spot. Originally, they planned to have a designated hitter. Then for whatever reason, the umpire said they couldn't do it. And Logan found himself back in the lineup. And the guy who was going to be the designated hitter and ends up back on the bench. So 3-2 Evanston. Top of the second. Tying run at second base. Elmore ready again and comes home. Breaking ball misses inside. So ball and a strike here on Logan Smith. As once again, Allred ready comes home. At pitch hit to center. Coming up on the ball in a hurry is the center fielder. Can't get there in time. They're going to send the runner to the plate. Here's the throw home, and he is safe. Throw back to second base, also not in time. So Logan Smith with an RBI single to tie the game. Takes second on the throw home as ball scores as Shelley comes home and matches with 3 runs of their own on 3 hits and a walk here in the second inning. So back to the top of the order again, and Jarrett Leal at the plate. Leal flew out to right to lead off the ball game. So Jared back up there, and the potential go-ahead run now stands at second base. So 3 runs in the inning on a total of 3 hits and an error to allow the runners to move up. As the first pitch here to Leal misses outside. Ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Outfield pretty much straight away against Leal. Right fielder Gooding maybe plays 10 steps or so back over in toward the gap in left center field as the pitch hit foul back into the screen. So 2 down. Evanston trying to get out of the inning without giving up any more runs. Pitch home to Leal, breaking ball, that's over for a strike again. 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes. Leal, the 7th man to hit here in the inning. It's lined along the left field line, and it's going to be in, fair ball. And then gets away from Baldwin, and he has to chase it home. That's going to allow Logan Smith to round third. He will score, and going all the way to third base is Jarrett Leal. So Leal with an RBI single, and then the error by Baldwin allows him to go all the way to the third. Second error of the inning charged against the Outlaws. But as Smith comes in to score, that's a 4-run inning, and Shelley now has the lead. It's not that Elmore is doing bad on the mound, it's just they're kind of playing fast and loose behind him a little bit. So the 8th batter of the inning is now Strider Perry, as Perry takes that pitch up high, ball 1. Elmore has walked 1, struck out 2 in his inning and 2/3. And that little broken bat roller up along third, fielded by Wicks, has to throw all the way across in time, and the inning finally comes to an end. But not before Shelley plates 4 runs on 4 hits in the inning. There was 2 Evanston errors, and they leave a man on base as well. So after an inning and a half, it's now Shelley 4, Evanston 3, and you're listening to a presentation of Outlaw Baseball on First Bank of Wyoming, sponsored by the First Bank of Wyoming here on K9 and on mylocalradio.com.
This First Bank of Wyoming broadcast of Outlaws Baseball is brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and he can help you get rid of migraines and allergies.
roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less travel. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Bottom of the second inning, and Evanston now finds themselves trailing by a run at 4-3 as Shelley plates 4 in the top of the second inning. And it'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up here for the Outlaws. As the first pitch swung on and missed, that's by Jaden Schneider, and it's 0-1. Schneider with a tough day yesterday as he went hitless throughout the day. As the pitch now again swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Schneider 0 for 5 yesterday overall and struck out all 5 times. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Again, swings and misses, and Schneider out on strikes to lead off here in the bottom of the second inning. Second strikeout for Bowman. And here's again is Ryan Baldwin, the left fielder. Bowman comes home, first pitch to Baldwin, that's over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Baldwin had a couple of hits yesterday. He was 2 for 5 overall on the day. As that pitch again upstairs, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. But the right-hander Bowman, the starter, Riley Bowman for Shelley, throws hard. Pretty good breaking stuff as well. As that pitch over at the knees, and it's a 1-2. As Baldwin asks for and gets timeout from the home plate umpire and backs out. And the 1-2 pitch on the way. Off-speed breaking pitch swung on and missed as Baldwin goes down on strikes for the second out. So with 2 outs, we'll go back to the top of the order now. And here's Hank Allred, who doubled into the left field corner his first time up and eventually came around and scored one of the 3 runs in the top of the first inning for Evanston. First pitch home here from Baldwin. Breaking pitch in the dirt, ball 1 ball and no strikes. Bowman tried to sneak a fastball by Allred on the first pitch of the game, and Allred just pulled it inside third. Next pitch, fastball, misses down and away, ball 2, 2-0. Check that, he called it 1 ball and 1 strike is what the umpire says, so we'll stand there, it's 1-1. Almost acted like he wanted to second guess himself there momentarily, as that pitch is in the dirt. And the count should be 2 balls and a strike, going by what he indicated before just a moment ago. The next pitch home. Strike again on fastball on the outside edge. See, now you just put up 3-1. So 3 balls and a strike. The count on Allred. Now it goes full as he hits the pitch foul back over the top of the screen and back out of play. So 3-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch home. Bowman, nice pitch on the inside corner for a called third strike as Bowman strikes out the side here in the bottom of the second inning, and he has 4 strikeouts overall now on the game. So 2 complete, 4-3. Shelley has the lead over Evanston on this first Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaw Baseball on K9 and on mylocalradio.com.
The big difference difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
So we'll move along here to the third, 4-3, Shelley on top. And here in the third inning, Jackson Byington will lead off. He's the only man that did not hit in the second inning for Shelley, and he'll lead it off here as we go to the third. Byington flew out to center his first time up, so he's 0 for 1 on the day. Elmore continues on here as we go to the third, and the lefty standing on top of the hill waiting for Byington to step in, which he does. And here we go. As the left-hander winds and comes home, it bounces up there, 1 ball and no strikes. Do not know what time they will play tomorrow as of yet. I talked to the tournament organizers yesterday, and they thought they'd have a pretty good idea after our game was over today. As a pitch hit foul back into the screen, thought they'd have a pretty good idea on where teams would fall. So hopefully by the time we leave the ballpark here today, we'll have a good idea what time the first game will be played for Evanston tomorrow. As the pitch is rolled foul. 1-2 on Boynton to lead off here in the third. I heard it's a double elimination, which means they would play at least 2 games tomorrow. But we'll have to wait and see. As the next pitch off speed from Elmore just barely gets enough of it to spin it in and out of the glove of Allred and stays alive. Does Boynton, and it stays at 1-2. So bring a new supply of baseballs out to the umpire. Next pitch home from Elmore. It's high, but Boynton can't lay off of it as he chased it up in his eyes and couldn't catch up with it. And it's a strikeout number 3 for Elmore, the first out here in the third. So that'll bring up Riley Bowman. Bowman, the pitcher. Bowman doubled, went to third on a wild pitch, and eventually came home on the RBI single by Nate Ball last inning to start that 4-run explosion for Shelley to take the lead. And the first pitch here is a fastball that's high, ball 1. So the outfield moves back just a little bit against Bowman as he made good contact the last time and slices this one down the right field line again in foul territory. Gooding able to chase this one down. So that's the second out as Gooding able to cross the line and put the squeeze on that. And now with 2 outs, here is Alex Vasquez, who was a strikeout victim his first time up, one of the 3 strikeouts on the game for Elmore in the first 2 1/3 innings. Elmore's first pitch to Vasquez misses outside, actually goes to the backstop, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. because we started so late, the guys who will be playing the next game, Wood River, are already here sitting in the stands behind home plate watching the game. As the 1-0 pitch misses down in the dirt, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0 on Vasquez with 2 outs here in the top of the inning, number 3. Elmore comes home. Here's the 2-0. That's over for a strike, and it's 2-1. Oops. We get to pitch count already? Yes, we did. So with a 2-ball, 1-strike count, we're going to have a pitching change here. So Elmore is going to leave, and we'll have a new pitcher coming in here with 2 outs and a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Alex Vasquez. So we'll squeeze in a timeout here. We'll come back and figure out who the new pitcher coming in for Evanston is. We'll do all that as we continue right after this.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
The best cement comes from Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. They've been mixing cement for every type of job for generations. Major construction, road and bridge, cement blocks, foundations, sidewalks, curb and gutter, cement steps, septic tanks and water troughs. No job is too large or too small. Make sure you get the best quality cement available at the best prices. Always get your cement from Ellingford Brothers. Call today. Ellingford Brothers, we know cement. 307-789-1515.
So James Schneider will be the new pitcher here for Evanston with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd as he's going through his warm-up tosses and trying to figure out where the other changes went. I believe Elmore went out to play left field and Baldwin came back in to play in the infield, I believe, but they're still kind of standing around the mound as Schneider goes through his warm-up tosses until they break up and go out to their respective spots. We don't know exactly what the defensive alignment will be, but as soon as we know, we'll pass it on to you as Schneider comes in to pick up. Elmore goes 2 2/3. Gave up a total of 4 hits, allowed the 4 runs, and with nobody on base, you can close the book on him. He also walked 1 and struck out a total of 3. So indeed, Baldwin comes in from the outfield to play second base, and Elmore goes out to play left field, kind of what we had figured. And Schneider takes over on the hill. It's a 2-1 count that he inherits, and the pitch is up high, ball 3, 3 balls and a strike. So 3-1 on Vasquez. Schneider ready. Here's the 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed, and it's now full, 3-2. Schneider throws pretty hard. Vasquez was late on that fastball, couldn't catch up with it. Now he climbs back in. The right-hander reaches into the glove, comes home, and the next pitch swung on and missed. So Vasquez looks at a good fastball and then chases one down in the dirt. He strikes out. That's the first strikeout for Schneider and the 4th strikeout victim for Shelley overall, as Shelley is out 1-2-3 here in the top of inning number 3. We'll go to the bottom of the inning on this first Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaw Baseball on K9 and on mylocalradio.com. It's Shelley 4, Evanston 3.
Gee, Tommy, you look amazing. Did you try something different with your enamel?
No way, I wouldn't do anything to alter these pearly whites, but I did see Dr. McKay Frankham, who told me if I didn't floss, I could miss up 35% of food particles.
Really? He told you that?
Yep, and you know what? He's 100% right. I started flossing and now I look better than ever.
Wow, I want to see Dr. McKay Frankham.
Well, give him a call, 307-789-8910. Easy to remember, right?
That's super easy. Dr. McKay Frankham at 307-789-8910. I'll call today.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Bottom of the third inning, Evanston still trails by a run, 4-3 as we get ready to go back to work, as it'll be Elmore, Allred, and Mitchell due up, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters here for Evanston. Bowman set the side down in order last inning as he's ready to go to work here in the bottom of inning number 3, and the first pitch misses down low, ball 1. Elmore 0 for 1 on the day, struck out his first time up. Big hole out in right center field for Elmore, and he hits that ball in the air towards center. Vasquez, the center fielder's got to come up as the wind is knocking it down, and he can't make the catch. Tried to dive as the wind really knocked that ball down. He couldn't get there and tried to make a diving, rolling catch and came up empty. So it's a leadoff hit for Elmore. Just his second hit of the tournament. And now here is Gus Allred, who grounded out to the right side his first time up. As the first pitch to Gus misses outside, ball 1. Well, a little bit of a breeze is coming in out from left center field, so that ball got up in the air, and the wind, what little wind there is, knocked it down to where Vasquez couldn't get to it. As the next pitch here to Allred is hit foul, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Looking over across the ways, we can see the scoreboard from the other field. Ridgeline has extended their lead. It's now 7-2. They lead Marsh Valley. As again, the 1-1 pitch is hit foul, and it goes to 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes on Gus Allred. They go to first base, and just back in time over there at first base is Elmore. Just Bradford making sure that Elmore hadn't fallen asleep and just barely got back in with a hand. As the next pitch popped up, right straight up the chute. Bradford coming down to get it and makes the catch. I should say Bowman makes the catch. About 10 feet out in front of home plate. So Allred pops up to the pitcher. That's the first out. So 1 out, and now here is Jagger Mitchell. Mitchell's been swinging the hottest bat on the team so far here in Pocatello. He's 4 for 4, had a scoring fly ball, has been on base 6 times, as he was hit by a pitch twice last night. And the only time he made an out, it was a productive one, as he had a scoring fly ball to drive in a run yesterday, as the first pitch misses outside and low, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Bowman ready, peeks back behind him a couple of times at Elmore, and the breaking ball misses down and in. It's 2-0. Well, we got someone who has stepped in, is now starting to run the scoreboard. We appreciate that. Next pitch home to Mitchell again, up high. Fastball this time and he runs the count to 3-0. Some of the players from one of the Pocatello teams up here in the stands, they decide to run the scoreboard. So thank you guys for stepping in. Jagger shows bunt, pulls it back 3-0, and it's outside low, ball 4. So Mitchell's on base yet again. With a walk, first walk given up by Bowman. And now here's Bodie Wicks. Singled, scored his first time up, back in the first inning. 2 on, 1 out here in the bottom of inning number 3. Bowman ready in the first pitch to Wicks. Breaking ball again, down low. You know, the first time around through the lineup, Riley Bowman was just rearing back and throwing the ball hard and throwing it by people. He's trying this time through the lineup. The second time through, he's trying to be a little bit more crafty, and right now he's nowhere around the strike zone. Again, that pitch misses outside, falls behind Wicks 2-0, and now the catcher, Bateman, wants to go out and have a word with his pitcher and talk a little bit about pitching. So 4-3. Tying run for Evanston, standing out at second base with 1 out. As the meeting at the mound breaks up, Wicks walks back from home to home plate after talking to the third base coach for a moment. And now he's ready to go back to work as Wicks climbs back in. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0. Way high, ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes now on Wicks. And Bowman not anywhere around the strike zone this inning. I'd be taking all the way, as Bodie does and takes a strike. So 3 balls and a strike. Next pitch home to Wicks. It's low, ball 4. Single and 2 walks, loads the bases with a 1 out here in the inning. As Elmore will stand at third, Mitchell at second, and Wicks at first base. And now here is Caleb Gooding, who had an RBI single back in the first inning. And we're going to get a visit to the mound. Let's see if this is going to be a pitching change here, or if it's just going to be a little talk strategy, as the head coach for Shelley will be joined by the entire infield, as he obviously said something to the pitcher that made Bowman kind of crack up a little bit, but no indication thus far if he's going to stay with him or if he's going to bring in somebody else here with the bases loaded and 1 out, as he's now going to turn and head back to the dugout, so Bowman's going to stay in. 1 out, bases loaded for Evanston. And Caleb Gooding will come to the plate. Gooding 1 for 1 on the afternoon. Elmore down the line from third, and the first pitch to Gooding is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Mitchell at second, Wicks over at first. And I'm sure the skipper came out and told Bowman, just rear back and throw strikes. You were having success doing that, as the next pitch is a fastball over for a strike, and it's no balls and 2 strikes here on Gooding. Digs into that glove. The 2-0 pitch missed down and away, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bowman ready again. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That fastball missed up in the zone. Then he runs the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here again, the 2-2. Breaking ball again. He does not have a release point on any of his secondary pitches, as he is not anywhere around the plate. That runs the count full now on Gooding with 1 out, and the 3-2 pitch. is low, and he walks in a run. So he walks in the run. We're tied at 4. Third walk of the inning for Riley Bowman. Everybody moves up 90 feet. And now here's Clayton Moyles as he grounded out to short his first time up here this afternoon. As he hits the ball in the air to left field, that's hit pretty well. Left fielder Perry has to go back a few steps, has a play, makes the catch. Tagging is Mitchell to come home to score, and it's 5-4. Ball gets loose in the infield and moving up, and he's out at third base is Caleb Gooding. Banged out of there as he tried to advance to third, and the ball got away. So that would be the third out of the inning. But the run scores for Evanston as Mitchell came home to score. And so the one run in the inning will tie the game. One run on one hit. There was 3 walks in the inning, and Evanston leaves 2 in the inning as well. We're done with 3. We'll head along here to the 4th after 3 complete. It's a 4-4 tie on this presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball, brought to you by First Bank of Wyoming on K9 and on mylocalradio.com.
In May of 2019, Uintah County School District Number 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosanna Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified Level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Red Devils! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Correct myself here. Evanston scored twice in the inning and actually ended up coming back and taking the lead as it's now 5-4, Outlaws on top. And Schneider ready to go into his first full inning of work here as he'll face Bateman, Bell, and Maynard here in the top of inning number 4. So 5-4, Evanston on top. 5 runs on 4 hits. They've committed an error and left 3 for the Shelley team. They have 4 runs on 4 hits. They've committed 2 errors, and they've left 1 man on base. So here we go, top of the 4th. Austin Bateman to lead it off. Bateman walked his first time up, went to second on a wild pitch, and eventually came around on the RBI hit by Logan Smith. So without an official at-bat on the day, he comes up to face Schneider in the top of the 4th inning. And the first pitch missed outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, we sat and watched that game before ours with the 2 undefeated teams in this pool with Evanston, Thunder Ridge, and the Pocatello Razorbacks. It was a good game. It was a 1-run game. Eventually won by the Razorbacks by a final score of 6-5, but as the pitch swung on and missed here by Bateman, I honestly thought it would have been a better played game, as he got a little sloppy at times. As Schneider ready, comes home, and the next pitch bounces up there, goes to the backstop. I think the thing that disappointed me the most was I thought, especially with Thunder Ridge, the way they played yesterday against Evanston, I thought they have better pitching in that game than they really didn't. As the pitch up high, runs the count to 3 balls and a strike. So 3-1 on Bateman to lead off here, and the next pitch is hit foul and runs the count full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2, Bateman back up there. And the 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Bateman goes down on strikes. That's the first out here in the top of the 4th. So with 1 out, here's Nate Bell. Had an RBI single and scored a run, part of that 4-run second inning. So he's 1 for 1 on the day. Schneider with a couple of strikeouts. He struck out the only 2 men that he has faced in the game, and the first pitch here is swung on and missed. Next pitch misses up high, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Schneider back on top. And the 2-0 pitch gets away, and new catcher into the game for Evanston, as he's not able to find it. It'll be a strikeout and wild pitch to allow the runner to reach down at first base. Ball. New catcher is Grayson Smith due up, or I should say doing the catching now for the Outlaws. And here's the next first pitch to Maynard, hit in the air to short left field as he comes up and missed it, as they get a force out at second base on the drop ball by left field by Maynard. So that will be a 7-4 force play for the second out, and Maynard will reach on the fielder's choice. So here's Logan Smith again as they go back over to first, and hopping back on the bag is Maynard. Next pitch, ground ball to third. Wicks has that. He'll go across in time, and the inning is over as Smith is out 5-3 on the ground ball. No runs, no hits. A wild pitch on a strikeout and an error, and 1 left in the inning here for Shelley. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still a 5-4 Evanston lead on this First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaw Baseball on K9 and on mylocalradio.com.
This First Bank of Wyoming broadcast of Outlaws Baseball is brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and he can help you get rid of migraines and allergies.
Trona Valley Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution. When you become a member, you are an owner of the credit union. We believe in people over profit, and that impacts the way we do business from our overall structure down to the smallest detail. Our philosophy sets us apart, and we're here for you. Earn more with our high-yield checking account, start a savings goal, check out our competitive loans, and much more. Become a member today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. Member NCUA.
Bottom of the fourth inning as Jaden Schneider leads off here for Evanston. As the 2-0 pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-1. Bowman pitch ready again. Next pitch swung on and missed. That evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Snyder. Swung on and missed. So Snyder strikes out. That's the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. Strikeout number 5 for Bowman. So 1 out. And now here's Ryan Baldwin coming into the plate. Now playing at second base. Hank Allred coming out on deck. However, we had a new catcher in for him last half inning. I'm not sure where Allred is playing in the field now. Let's find out where exactly he's at. So here's Baldwin, takes a first pitch fastball from Bowman, and it's over for a strike, 0-1. Bowman must have had a little talking to by the coaches during that half inning break, because he's come out and just reared back and throwing seeds. Ground ball to short as Leal up with it, plays it across in time for the out. So going away from the secondary pitches, Bowman is really just kind of concentrated on the fastball here in the bottom of the fourth. And he's gotten a couple of quick outs. As we go back to the top of the order again, Hank Allred will come back to the plate. Allred doubled, struck out, 1 for 2 on the day. Hank would now be 2 for 7 in the 3 games here in the seeding round of the Woodbat Classic. Hits a ball off the end of the bat, spins it past the mound. Logan Smith charges, throws, and gets him. Quick play by Logan Smith, but it's good enough to set the Outlaws down as they go out 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the fourth. We'll move along to the fifth. Evanston still leads by a run on this first Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaw Baseball on K9 and on mylocalradio.com.
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
The best cement comes from Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. They've been mixing cement for every type of job for generations. Major construction, road and bridge, cement blocks, foundations, sidewalks, curb and gutter, cement steps, septic tanks, and water troughs. No job is too large or too small. Make sure you get the best quality cement available at the best prices. Always get your cement from Ellingford Brothers. Call today. Ellingford Brothers, we know cement. 307-789-1515.
Through 4 innings complete, Evanston with a 5-4 lead as Schneider stays out on the mound. And as we go here to the 5th, the Shelley Russets will start from the top of the order. That's Leo, Perry, and Byington to hit here in the top of inning number 5. So here's Jarrett Leal. Has one hit today, one for two, drove in a run. And the first pitch is a breaking ball from Schneider that swung on and missed. Schneider ready again. Here's the 0-1 offering. A little half swing on a ball in the dirt. He's able to hold up. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So Evanston scored 3 runs in the first to take the early lead. 1-1 pitch swung out and missed. It's 1-2. Shelley came back with 4 runs of their own in the top of the second inning to take what was then a 4-3 lead. It stayed that way till the bottom of the third inning. Evanston plated 2 to regain the lead at 5-4, and we've been there ever since as we play here in the top of the 5th. As the fastball from Schneider missed outside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 offering, hit in the air along the left field line. Crutchfield, the new left fielder, comes over and makes the catch. So Crutchfield now in left field for Evanston. And now here is Strider Perry. Perry's 0 for 2. Struck out, hit a little ground ball along the third base line that Wicks was able to pick up and throw him out to end the second inning. So he's 0 for 2 and now climbs back in as he's hitting from the left side here against Schneider. Schneider kind of stretches his arms up above his head. Now rocks and comes home. And the pitch is up high. Ball 1, 1-0. Five runs on 4 hits for Evanston. 4 runs on 4 hits for Shelley. As the next pitch again misses up high. Ball 2, 2-0. Pretty good crowd here, but they've all kind of backed out of the stands and retreated to the shade off the third base side where there's a big bank of trees in between the 2 fields. As Schneider's 2-0 pitch misses up high again, ball 3, 3-0. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way and takes a strike. Here's the 3-1. Hit foul. And then go count now full, 3-2. So Hank Allred comes out from behind the plate. He's now actually in right field with Smith in the game doing the catching. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Perry. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Schneider able to spear that. He'll run over to first base, flip it to Allred for the second out. And with 2 outs here is Jackson Boyington. Since Schneider came into the game, they don't really have much of anything against him. They had the 1 ball that was put into play and ended up being a fielder's choice. Other than that, he hasn't given up a single base runner. Ball popped up. Third base side, Wicks right near the bag. Makes the catch, inning over. And once again, the Shelley club goes out in order. 1, 2, 3. Evanston leads 5-4 on this First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaw Baseball on K9 and on mylocalradio.com.
Do you really think you can get a better deal on a vehicle in the city? Poppycock! Rocky Mountain Yeti is hungry for your business and will beat any bona fide deal on any vehicle, or they'll give it to you as a gift. Now that's legendary. Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary warranty, where legendary customer service is not a myth.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Evanston holding on to that one-run lead as Crutchfield will lead off. This is his first at-bat for Talon as he comes into the game, hitting in Elmore's spot as he's playing in left field now. And the first pitch is a fastball over for a strike. Crutchfield 0 for 3 yesterday on the whole as that pitch bounces up there, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 0 for 3 with a walk as he came in replacements in both games, so he didn't start either game as he's played on a fastball, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So next pitch, the 1-2, grounded foul outside of first and down the line as he was late on a Bowman fastball and cued it off the end of the bat and just about got the base umpire as the ball went down the first base line. So a ball and 2 strikes on Crutchfield in the 1-2. Off speed, little roller up along third this time as down to get it is Boyington, throws across in time as Crutchfield never left home plate. He's trying to say that the ball hit him and should have been a foul ball. Now the umpires are going to get together to see if they can come up with a consensus as home plate umpires said I called it fair. Base umpire says he didn't see it, and certainly the ball took a peculiar roll. You would have had to have thought that it hit off Crutchfield's foot as he was claiming, but the plate umpire said no, I called it a fair ball, and the base umpire didn't see it hit his foot, so it's an out. So Crutchfield grounds out 5-3 for the first out here in the bottom of the fifth. So here's Gus Allred, 0 for 2, grounded out and popped up, and first ball swinging. Hits the ball in the air, foul off the third base side, and it's 0-1. So Allred, who's one of the best hitters on the team, has certainly been fairly handcuffed here in the 3 games here so far as that pitch misses down low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. As Allred would now be 1 for 8 in the 3 games of the qualifying round as the pitch misses outside. And it's ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hit in the air, jammed him. Little fly ball to right field. Perry comes up, he's there and makes the catch. So that's the second out. Now here's Jagger Mitchell. Mitchell doubled home a run in the first, walked and scored in the third, so 1 for 1 officially today. And he's been on base a total of 7 times here in the 3 games. As the first pitch from Bowman missed outside, ball 1. Bowman ready again, comes back, fastball, that is low, 2 balls and no strikes, wow. As looked like a pretty good pitch, but the home plate umpire said it missed low. And it goes to 2-0 as Bowman ready again, comes home with a 2-0 pitch. It's now 3-0 as he misses low again. So it could be that he's kind of pitching around Mitchell a little bit, as Mitchell's been swinging the hot bat, certainly, with Bodie Wicks waiting on deck. As Mitchell shows bunt, pulls the bat back courteously, and takes a pitch over for a strike, and it's 3-1. Here's the 3-1 offering. Popped up, foul ground, that'll land untouched, and the count now full, 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count on Jager Mitchell. Bowman shakes his head. Yes, here he comes with the 3-2. It's up high, ball 4. That's another walk for Mitchell. He's been on base all 3 times here in this game. And again, the only time they got him out was a productive out when he had a scoring fly ball in the first game yesterday afternoon. So here's Wicks. Bodie comes up, singled, walked, and was thrown out at third when that ball got away and ended the inning a couple innings ago as he takes a fastball that's outside, ball 1. The ball got away on a scoring fly ball to the outfield as they go to first base, and the ball gets away there as Mitchell baited him into a throw, and then he goes to second, keeps on going. He's going to go all the way to third on the throwing error against Bowman. So Mitchell got off to a big one-way lead, and Bowman went after him and threw it away. And by the time they chased it down in foul territory and got the ball back in, Jager Mitchell was standing at third base, and a chance for Bodie Wicks to pick up the run and get a little insurance run with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the pitch home to Wicks. Misses outside and low, ball 2, 2-0. So 2 errors now on each side. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Wicks. Little roller wide of first. It's going to be a tough play. Bowman's got to get to the bag, which he does, and it's a 3-1 put out over at first for the last out here in the bottom of the 5th. No runs, no hits, a walk, an error, and 1 man left. We're done with 5 as we move along to the 6th. It's still a 5-4 lead on this First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaw Baseball on K9 and on mylocalradio.com.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
Well, we move along to the 6th inning as Evanston still clinging to that 1-run lead at 5-4, and Schneider will continue on here as Quentin Oliver went the first 2 2/3 today, gave up all 4 runs and 4 hits, and Schneider, they've yet to touch him for even getting a single base runner against him. So we'll go to work here in the 6th inning, and here in the 6th, it'll be the middle of the order Again for Shelley, that's Bowman, Vasquez, and Bateman, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. So here's Bowman, doubled, fouled out. In fact, both of the balls he's hit today have been right down the right field line. The first one he hit when Gooding was playing right field landed just about 1.5 feet fair and then bounced behind Gooding and went for a double. And the last one, Gooding was able to cross the line and make the catch. So he has a whole big field to aim for, and twice he's just hit a little fly balls along the right field line. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. As that pitch is up high again. So Schneider falls behind 3-0. And the 3-0 pitch to Bowman, taking all the way. And there's the first base runner against Schneider. A leadoff walk here in the top of the 6th inning. So that's the first walk he's given up to go along with 2 strikeouts. And the leadoff man aboard, here comes Alex Vasquez, who's been a strikeout victim each of his 2 times up this afternoon. So Vasquez 0 for 2. Evanston pitchers have struck out a total of 5 on the day, and they've gotten Vasquez twice. Brad Bowman away from first base, still with a creeping lead. Vasquez shows bunt. Schneider backs off. Wicks was coming in, was way in on the grass. He was probably a third of the way to home plate. As they run through some defensive signals, Wicks stays in on the grass. He's 6, 8 feet and still creeping in more. And Vasquez with a full swing fouls it back into the backstop, and it's 0-1. So we'll keep an eye on Wicks and see where he's going to set up defensively here, as he's standing right at the cut of the grass and kind of creeping in all the time as Schneider with the new ball looks back over at first base where Bowman has a lead. Wicks continues to creep in. Vasquez showed bunt, pulled it back, took the pitch high. 1-1. So a ball and a strike on Vasquez. You can hear the coach in the background yelling out what play they want to run. Vasquez takes that little placard out of his back pocket, looks at it and sees what play number 60 is, and then puts it back in his pocket. Bowman with a small lead at first, not going, breaking pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-2. He was not showing bunt that time, so he was swinging all the way, just opted to take the breaking pitch and took it for a called strike. Vasquez chokes up just a little bit on that black brackish bat and swings and misses and strikes out. Snap throw back down to first, not in time as Bowman back to the bag. So Vasquez strikes out for the 3rd time today. 3rd strikeout for Schneider. 1 out, still a man at first base, and here's the catcher Austin Bowman as he walked and is struck out once today as well. So 1 out, Schneider trying to work himself out of a little jam. The tying run over at first base with 1 out. As the breaking pitch is down low, ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes. Ready again, the 1-0 pitch. That's swung on and missed. And it's 1-1. Bowman with a big secondary lead over at first base had to hustle back as Smith took a good long look at him off the bag over there at third base, at first base rather. Next pitch again, misses outside, snap throw down to first, not in time. So 2 balls and a strike now on the catcher, Austin Bateman. Outfield pretty much straight away. A little bit of a gap in right center field. As next pitch again misses high. He goes to 3-1. So Miles, the center fielder, playing a dozen steps or so over into left center. And it could be that Schneider, on this warm afternoon, could be just about running out of gas. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It's high again, ball 4. There's a pair of walks in the inning. Puts runners at first and second with 1 out. And now here is Nate Ball, who's singled and struck out his last time up. The ball got away from Smith at behind home plate, and he was able to beat it out and reached and stayed at first base. Up here now with the tying run at second base and 1 out. He shows bunt. And the first pitch is way high, ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes. First baseman already playing in front of the runner. That allows the runner to get out to a big lead. They go over their first base anyway, and he's able to get back safely. Bateman was probably 30 feet off the base at that first pitch home when it was went into the catcher's glove. And again, ball's going to show bunt again, pulls the bat back, fouls it off, and gets a piece of the umpire. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 as Smith calls timeout. He's going to go out to the mound here momentarily. Just to kind of give the umpire a minute to regain his faculties after taking that foul ball off the left shoulder. His partner comes in, getting to board home plate, make sure he's okay, and get a pretty good laugh out of his sufferings a little bit. As Smith will turn and walk back toward home plate, and we'll go back to work with a 1 ball, 1 strike count here on Nate Ball. Runners at first and second, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Evanston leading 5-4, but the tying and go-ahead runs are out there on the bases here for Shelley. Ball shows bunt again, pulls the bat back, pops it up, foul, and it's now 1-2. So the old little butcher boy play, as it used to be known years ago, where you show bunt and then take a full swing, or slash as most people call it now. Again, the 1-2 pitch. Fastball is high, and it counts now 2 balls and 2 strikes. So unable to get the bunt down was Ball. And with the count 2-2, with 1 out here in the inning, likely the bunt is off. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Snap a throw again back down to first base, not in time, but Ball strikes out. That's the 2nd out of the inning. And now here is the first baseman, Peyton Maynard. And hold on, timeout. We're going to get a visit to the mound, and that probably is going to be all for Schneider as he gets a big fist bump. Yep, and we're going to have a pitching change. So we're going to get a new pitcher in here for Evanston. We'll squeeze in a break. We'll come back and tell you who the new pitcher is when we come back right after this. You're listening to Evanston Outlaw Baseball, brought to you by the First Bank of Wyoming on K9 Radio and on mylocalradio.com.
This First Bank of Wyoming broadcast of Outlaws Baseball is brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and he can help you get rid of migraines and allergies.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Fair River Drive, Evanston.
Oh, new pitcher on here for Evanston is Talon Crutchfield as he comes in from left field, and he'll come in with one out. Check that with 2 outs, I should say, in the inning after the strikeout by Ball and a couple of men on base. As Jaden Schneider pitched very well, he went 3 2/3 and did not give up a hit. Walked 2 and struck out 4 while he was in there. But he's still responsible for the 2 men on base, so you can't close the book on him completely as of yet. So oops, I take it back. It's not Crutchfield. It's actually Hank Allred who's going to pitch. So Hank Allred is the new pitcher. My mistake. It looked like a number 1, but it's actually a number 7. So Allred will come in. And he will inherit the 2 runners left on base here by the walks in the inning. So 5-4 with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. And we're about 15 minutes away from the deadline to start a new inning. So as the home plate umpire chats a little bit here with Hank Allred, and then Allred goes back, and everybody in the infield is standing there waiting for him to come in. A little pep talk from them as well, and we're ready to go back to work. So here's Peyton Maynard, had a scoring fly ball and reached on a fielder's choice, so he's 0 for 1 officially on the day. And with 2 outs, Hank Allred ready to go to work. Here's the first pitch home to Maynard. Fastball missed just off the outside edge. 1 ball and no strikes. 5-4, Evanston leads. As the next pitch swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. Shelley hasn't scored since the 2nd inning. Good job by Schneider to hold him off the scoreboard for his 3 2/3 innings of work that he worked here today. The next pitch swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. Again, they throw down to first base, and they got him. This time, Bateman ventured a little bit too far off the bag and was picked off. 2-3. That's the 3rd out, and Maynard will be coming back up to the plate when Shelley comes up in the top of the 7th inning. As we will go now to the bottom of the 6th. As Evanston holds on to that 1-run lead on this first Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaw Baseball on K9 and on mylocalradio.com.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
Bottom of the sixth inning, still a 5-4 Evanston lead. And here at the bottom of the sixth, it's, let's see who's coming up. I believe this is Grayson Smith, who came in and worked behind the plate. So Smith will come up for his first at-bat here today. To lead off here at the bottom of the sixth. And coming out on deck, Eric Greer is going to hit, as Clayton Moyles, the scheduled next hitter. So here is Smith to face Bowman, and Bowman's first pitch is down low, ball one ball and no strikes. So again, Bowman, who struggled with his secondary pitches today, when he's gone with the fastball, he's been very good and thrown strikes. When he starts to mix in numbers 2 through 4, then he struggles with a release point as that pitch hit foul at home plate, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Fastball up in the zone that Smith couldn't lay off of, and it's now 1-2. If you're looking forward to the 7th inning, if we get there, we're still about 15 minutes away from the curfew to start a new inning. There's the 1-2 pitch, off speed, hit foul, stays at 1-2. If we have a top of the 7th inning for Shelley, it would be Maynard, Smith, and then back to the top of the order, and Jarrett Leal all due up. The 1-2, fastball, took it right down the middle as Smith out on a called third strike. That's the first out here in the 6th, strikeout number 6 for Bowman today. And now here is Eric Greer, the hit for the first time today. Greer hitting in Clayton Miles' spot, up there for the first time. Greer's had just a couple of at-bats throughout the tournament so far. As the wind's starting to pick up just a little bit, it's a very nice breeze. It certainly ought to help out the pitchers as the breeze coming in pretty much straight in from left field. Here's the 1-0. Down low again, ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes. So the matchup of the 2 winless teams in the pool, Evanston and Shelley. 1-run lead for Evanston. Looks like they're going to go right down to the nubbin here. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's over for a strike, and it's 2-1. Said it caught the top of the zone. So 2 balls and a strike as Greer climbs back in again. Bowman's 2-1 offering. Hit foul. It's even again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jaden Schneider 0 for 2 waits on deck. Here's the 2-2 offering. A breaking ball into dirt. DeGreer runs the count full, 3-2. Here's the 3-2 pitch now from a Bowman. And it's low, ball 4. So Greer walks with 1 out here in the 6th. And that'll bring up Jaden Schneider. Schneider's tough day with the bat continues. In fact, it's a tough trip to Pocatello for him so far, as he is 0 for 7 in the 3 games. and yet to put the ball in play. He has struck out 7 times. First pitch up high, ball 1. Greer over at first. 1 out, bottom of the 6th. Can Evanston produce an insurance run is a good question. As that pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. You have a 1-run lead. It's almost worth trying to roll the dice. See if you can move a man into scoring position. As Schneider shows bunt, tries to bunt, leaves in the catcher's glove. It's going to cost him a strike, and it's 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch home to Schneider, kind of a little knuckle curve type of pitch from Bowman, stays high, and the count evens at 2-2. See if he goes back to the fastball here to try to ring him up. There it is, fastball, but he missed it low and runs the count full, 3-2. As much as Snyder's having a hard time putting the ball in play, this is not the time to put on a hit and run with 3-2 and Greer over at first base. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Hit foul back into the screen. And Schneider hits it foul, stays alive with 1 out. Back to first base will go Greer. A couple of new baseballs come in from the umpire, or for the umpire, as Schneider now back up into the box again. Ready, here comes the 3-2 offering. Hit foul again. Back over the screen and out of play. So the count stays at 3-2 against Schneider. Greer over at first, having walked with 1 out. And the 3-2 pitch again. Popped up. Could be playable as the catcher, Bateman, didn't see it, and then it lands just over this netting anyway, so he wouldn't have had to play. So Bateman with a late break wasn't going to get there, and luckily enough, it fell just on the other side of the netting. And another new ball out there for Bowman. Here comes the 3-2 again, and he missed outside, ball 4. So he lost Schneider as Schneider reaches base for the first time here in the Wood Bat Classic with a 2-out walk. Check that, a 1-out walk. As it'll be Ryan Baldwin who will now come up, and hold on, we're going to get a visit to the mound. Is this going to be all for Riley Bowman? It does appear that it may be. They got together earlier in the game. It was just kind of a pep talk. And let's see if he's going to take the ball from him this time. As Bowman sticks the ball out, the skipper takes it, and indeed, we are going to have a pitching change. So another new pitcher coming in here. First pitching change of the day for Shelley. So we'll take a timeout and tell you who the new pitcher is when we come back. Evanston threatening. You have a couple of men on base. And they're leading by a run. It's 5-4. We'll take a timeout, tell you who the new pitcher is, and we come back right after this.
In May of 2019, Uintah County School District Number 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosanna Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified Level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band,
Our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Red Devils. West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Well, not exactly sure who the new pitcher is because we don't have a kind of a roster that has his number on it. And his number is not listed on the original scorecard, so I'm not sure exactly who this is. But they do make a pitching change, so Riley Bowman goes 5 1/3. Gave up 5 runs so far, but he's responsible for the 2 men on base. He gave up a total of 4 hits, walked 5, and struck out 6. So with 2 on and 1 out, here is Ryan Bowman. Check that, Ryan Baldwin, I should say. As Baldwin tries to bunt, leaves it in the catcher's glove, and it's 0-1. Outfield straight away. Greer away from second, Schneider away from first. The 0-1, he does get the bunt down this time. Has a play, he looks at first, looks at third, and then he has no play. The pitcher came down, fielded the bunt. He looked at first to try to go after the runner, the batter runner, to get for the sacrifice. Somebody yelled third, and he then snapped around and looked back to third base, and when he did that, he lost any play that he might have had, and the bases are loaded. It goes as a bunt single for Baldwin, and the bases are full. Now back to the top of the order again, and here's Hank Allred. Allred hits a ball high and deep to left field. Going back on the ball is Perry, and makes the catch just short of the track. Tagging and coming home is Greer to make it 6-4 on a long scoring fly ball by Hank Allred. He came within just a matter of a few feet of hitting it out for a grand slam, but has to settle for the 1 RBI, a second out of the inning, as Greer comes home to make it 6-4. All the other runners stay there, so that'll bring up Crutchfield with 1 run in and still with a couple of men on base. As Crutchfield pops the ball right straight up. Bateman throws the mask away behind home plate, makes the catch, and the inning is over as Crutchfield will foul out to the catcher for the 3rd out. But not before Evanston scores a run, add one little bit of insurance runs as we get ready to go here to the 7th inning, as it's now Evanston 6, Shelley 4 on this first Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaw Baseball on K9 and on mylocalradio.com.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy, the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
So we'll go to the 7th inning. Evanston with a 6-4 lead. And here in the Here in the top of the 7th inning, it is Maynard, Smith, and back to the top of the order, and Lee will do up here in the inning for the Shelley Russets. So Maynard comes up to the plate. Maynard was left standing at home plate when Bateman was picked off at first base to end the top of the 6th inning. And Hank Allred ready to go back to work after getting the last out in the 6th, and asked now to get the last 3 outs for what would be a save in this game. So 6-4, and Allred ready to go to work here. And the first pitch home in the top of the 7th inning is a breaking ball that bounces up there, and it's ball 1. 1 ball with no strikes. Maynard reached on a fielder's choice and had a scoring fly ball. He's 0 for 1 officially today. Allred ready again, comes home. Next pitch is a big breaking pitch that just rolls out of his hand and goes over everybody's head and all the way to the backstop. So 2 balls and no strikes as Allred falls behind. Next pitch hit, rolled foul. Chased a pitch. It looks like it probably would have been a ball down around his shoe tops as Maynard fouled it off, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 offering. Taking and takes a strike, and it's 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Remind you to check the 2-2 pitch. Bounces up there and the count goes full 3-2. Remind you to check the My Local Radio sports page on Facebook, as once we can find out what the game times will be for tomorrow, we'll have those for you. Again, they're guaranteed. I know they'll play at least one game. I heard it's a double elimination once they get out of this game today. So they may play 2 games tomorrow. Either way, we'll wait and see. Here's the 3-2. Missed up high, ball 4. So Maynard walks as Allred walks the leadoff man here in the 7th inning. And this is the new pitcher coming up. And again, we didn't have a name or a number for this individual. So the first pitch, he shows bunt, takes a pitch. He called it a ball, and Smith is perplexed. He turned around and looked at the home plate umpire and said, "You sure that wasn't down the middle?" Well, either way, it was called a ball. It's ball 1. 1 ball with no strikes. Allred works out of the stretch. Showing bunt, takes this time, and that is a strike. And the snap throw back to first, not in time, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. Jarrett Leal waiting on deck as we go back to the top of the order. 2-run lead for Evanston here in the top of the 7th inning. They lead 6-4. Allred sets. Very small lead over at first base by Maynard. And the next pitch is a little bit is a called strike, and it's 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes. Here's Allred's 1-2 offering. Just missed outside. The count evens at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Missed low and runs the count full, 3-2. So it can never be easy, can it? Runner away from first. He is not going, and the 3-2 pitch is outside, ball 4. As Allred jumps about 4 feet in the air, thought he had a pitch on the corner, but the home plate umpire said no. So back-to-back walks here in the inning by Allred. Tying runs are on base, nobody out, and back to the top of the order, and Jarrett Leal. Leal today, 1 for 3. Had a single in that 4-run second inning. Other than that, he's popped up a couple of times. And the first pitch, this is outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Coaching staff for Evanston standing outside the dugout, just kind of shaking their head and holding their hands out as that pitch is over this time. And it's 1-1. They starting to think that their pitcher already has gotten squeezed a little bit here in the top of the 7th inning. Hank ready again. Here's the 1-1. That hit him. Yes, it did. It got him on the elbow going through. That loads the bases with nobody out. First hit batter today by a Preston pitcher. Time called as Baldwin is going to try to tie up a shoe out there. So the base is loaded, nobody out. Tying and now go-ahead runs are on base here. And the first pitch to Perry is up high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. As that pitch is over for a strike, and the count evens at 1-1. So a ball and a strike. Perry 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the 1-1 offering. Missed outside again. And it goes to 2-1. Maynard's at third, Smith at second, and Leal over at first. Here in the top of the 7th inning, and a 2-run lead for the Outlaws. As that next pitch misses outside again, and it's now 3-1. Infield plays back with nobody out in the 2-run lead as the 3-1 pitch is over for a strike, and it's now 3-2. This is definitely not a spot where you start the runners because nothing good can come from running the runners with on a 3-2 count with nobody out. All you do is really hit into a triple play as the ball's rolled foul outside of first, as Gus Allred couldn't quite get to it and rolled foul outside of the bag. And the count stays at 3-2. So the runners back to their bases. Here comes the 3-2 pitch once again. Popped up in the infield. That'll be the infield fly rule. The batter's automatically out as Perry pops up for the first out, as was actually caught by the second baseman Baldwin, so there's 1 out. So here is Jackson Byington. Byington's also 0 for 3 today. Flew out, struck out, and popped up. Bases remain loaded with one out. Tying run is at second base. And the first pitch home to Byington. Fastball for a strike. Byington steps out of the box and kind of murmurs something under his breath. Riley Bowman would be next, waiting on deck. Here's the 0-1. Gets away. Here comes the runner to the plate, and he will score as Maynard comes home and makes it 6-5. Pitch in the dirt, wild pitch, allows the run to come in. Both runners move up 90 feet. So the tying runner now stands at third base with only one out in the inning and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. And the double play situation is off as both runners moved up on the play. Time as Boynton backs out and now climbs back in. Hank Allred ready. The right-hander comes home. Here's the 1-1. That's popped up, and it goes to 1-2. If you get Byington, Bowman on deck has one of the 4 hits today, a double. He's also walked, but he's probably the biggest threat in the lineup. With first base open, do you walk him? Here's the 1-2. Missed, 2-2. And here's the only reason I suggest do you walk Bowman. Because Alex Vasquez would be next after Bowman. And Vasquez has struck out 3 times. Two pitch. Grounded foul again over by the third base dugout. So the count stays at 2-2. Runners back to their bases. Second and third, one out here in the top of the 7th. Shelley has scored 1 run. They've got the game back to within a run. And the 2-2 pitch. Again, hit foul. As Byington just keeps fouling them away, taking the good pitches and doing whatever he can with them to keep his at-bat alive. Again, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Again, rolled foul. So Allred keeps throwing him. Byington keeps fouling him off. It's 3 or 4 or 5 foul balls now after the count went to 2-2. Again, the 2-2 offering on the way from Allred. Swung on and missed. So Byington strikes out. He goes 0 for 4 on the day, strikes out twice. 2 outs. And now here's Bowman. It would appear they will pitch to Bowman. Not that it's a right or wrong call. I was just throwing out the idea. First pitch on the way to Bowman, taking a fastball for a strike. So Vasquez on deck, but right now Bowman, the game is at the plate. Tying run is at third base, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the 0-1. Takes low, 1 ball, 1 strike. So a ball and a strike on Bowman. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2. So now Shelley's down to their last strike here. So a ball and 2 strikes on Bowman. If you're Allred, you come in with something maybe a little off speed, or you just go after him and try to challenge him and get him to go after a fastball. Here's the 1-2. Hit foul at home plate. Maybe a little bit of a breaking pitch. Had some kind of a wrinkle on it. And Bowman tapped it foul at home plate down by his feet. And so it stays at 1-2. Allred trying to get out of the jam. He's created for himself with a tying run at third base. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way to Bowman. Hit foul off the first base side. So they've certainly made Allred work here in the top of the 7th inning, as the last couple of batters for Shelley have hit a lot of foul balls. Allred back up on top of the rubber again, says yes. Rocks and comes home with the 1-2. Hit back up the middle. This could do it. Ground ball to short as they played across. Mitchell gets the out at first base, and Bowman grounds out 6-3. And Evanston ends up winning the game here this afternoon by the final score of 6-5. So Evanston goes 1-2 in the qualifying pool, as Shelley will go to 0-3, and we'll have a wrap-up show coming up, and hopefully later sometime before we leave Pocatello this afternoon, we'll know what time the games will be played tomorrow. We'll try to get that information to you through the website at mylocalradio.com sports, as we'll find out what the schedule will be for tomorrow and try to pass it along to you. So the post-game show is next. We invite you to stay tuned for that. Evanston wins it 6-5 on this First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaw Baseball on K9 and on mylocalradio.com.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tire, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
Do you really think you can get a better deal on a vehicle in the city? Poppycock! Rocky Mountain Yeti is hungry for your business and will beat any bona fide deal on any vehicle, or they'll give it to you as a gift. Now that's legendary. Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary warranty, where legendary customer service is not a myth.
Welcome back here to the postgame show as the Evanston Outlaws battle back, get great pitching in the middle innings, and then hang on and win it 6-5 to pick up their first win here in the Woodbat Classic. To win it for Evanston, 6 runs on 5 hits. They had 2 errors. For Shelley, 5 runs. They had 4 hits. They didn't have a hit after the first inning this afternoon, or check that, the second inning, I should say, and they also commit 2 errors in the game. Winning pitcher for the Outlaws is Jaden Schrader, as he great 3 2/3 innings of relief through the middle innings to keep them off the scoreboard. And the loss will go to Riley Bowman, I should say, who went deep into the game today for the Shelley club, but ended up giving up the 5 runs and ends up taking the loss. So that is the way this game shakes out. Time of the game, 2 hours and 15 minutes, as Preston wins their first game of the tournament by the final score of 6-5. That's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Remember, it's Jimmy John's at 113 Front Street in Evanston. Swing by there and pick up any sandwiches you might want. Take a time out. We'll come back, tell you a little bit more about this afternoon's game and hopefully give you some information about tomorrow as we come back right after this timeout.
The best cement comes from Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. They've been mixing cement for every type of job for generations. Major construction, road and bridge, cement blocks, foundations, sidewalks, curb and gutter, cement steps, septic tanks, and water troughs. No job is too large or too small. Make sure you get the best quality cement available at the best prices. Always get your cement from Ellingford Brothers. Call today. Ellingford Brothers, we know cement. 307-789-1515.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Pear River Drive, Evanston.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Well, Evanston wins at 6-5, and our precision play of the game brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham with the precision play of the day has to be for the pitching performance by Jaden Schneider. He came in relief, went 3 2/3 innings of work, did not give up a hit, no runs, walked 2 and struck out 4, and also picked up the win in the game. Great performance by Schneider, as it certainly was the big reason why Evanston was able to come back and pick up the victory here this afternoon. And that is your Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. Remember, it's Dr. McKay Frankham Family Dentistry. Call for your appointment at 307-789-8910. We do not know what time the games, plural, will be played tomorrow. Check out the My Local Sports, My Local Radio sports page on Facebook, as we'll try to find out after we get off the air. We'll post them there for you, and we'll have more baseball coming up as we break out into the brackets now after the seeding games are over, as one, possibly 2 games coming up here from the Woodbat Classic for you coming up tomorrow here. So Evanston wins their first game of the tournament as they pick off a 6-5 win over the team from Shelley, and they'll live to play again coming up here tomorrow. So until tomorrow, we will talk to you then. Have a great evening, everybody. And again, check out My Local Radio Sports on Facebook, as we'll post the game times there as soon as we know them. Until tomorrow, have a good night, everybody.
This broadcast has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Special thanks to executive producer Val Cook, office manager Kayleen Anderson, sales manager Julie Burley, and production assistant Alyssa McDaniel. And a big thank you to our fine sponsors. Thank you for tuning in to the First Bank of Wyoming broadcast. For archive games, talk shows, and interviews, visit MyLocalRadio.com. Like and follow My Local Radio Sports on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all things local athletics.